close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand the champions, for the champions, stand up. Number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. 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 Stand up. Number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions.
It's wet morning. Saturday. We're live on Papalo's Radio.
Stand up.
The Sports Arena.
Champions, for the champions. Stand up.
I promise you, we are going to bring you a lot of our sports.
Here we go.
We'll start from Ghana.
Close.
Sorry, I'm your host, Eric Mains, Mr. Man City.
It's just life, that's how it is.
My producer in the studio,
Strengths and weak.
Brad Jude GH.
Oh, I have vision, okay.
A big shout out to Papa
I'm on the move.
and every staff
Stand
at Papalo Radio.
for the
A quick one to Office Data Ghana.
champions. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Stand up.
We'll be bringing you a lot of updates today on our show. It's an interesting one that we're going to be giving you an updates. Don't go anywhere. Stay right with us. We'll be back from this break.
And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up.
Hello, welcome back, and it's on live on Papalo Radio. You can find us on all social media platforms. Don't go anywhere. Listen to us, share our content. Please and please again, invite others to join us. Yes, and you can still listen to us on www.papalomedia.com and all online radio platforms across the world. Yes, all right. So we'll be starting yesterday. Yesterday was a very sad incident that happened at the State House. It was very emotional, very I don't know how to put it. Words can't really explain what happened. I was there myself, and I really was sad what happened. And we'll be bringing you updates from the funeral of our brother Christian Achu, who was a former player for Hatay Sport, yes, and a Ghana Black Star player. Unfortunately, we lost him on the 6th of February. Yes, that was the day the incident happened. Yes, the earthquake happened, but God knows best. Yes, and yesterday was the day he was sent home peacefully. Yes, this was in collaboration with Minister of Youth and Sports, and it was hosted at the State House. Yes, State House. It was a very sad incident. A lot of sporting activities went on. A lot of sporting directors from various clubs were in Ghana. A lot of football players from the world, the world were in Ghana. Talking of the likes of Joseph Atamalawe, Bernard Mensah, Wakaso. They even have a match today, but a lot of them were around and were available, which was a very sad one. And later on, after I was sent to the funeral, the burial place, yes, in his hometown, there were a lot of activities that went on the grounds. We'll be bringing you some of the shots that we took and some of the videos that went across. So stay with us and enjoy it.
Getting close, now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Yeah, so on your screen you were watching what was happening at the grounds of the event. You could see we have in our shot that a lot of ex-players were there. The likes of Suleiman Tari, the National Supporters Union were there. Traditional groups, lots of traditional groups were there. The wife and the kids were there. The parents of the wives were there, and even at least other family members were there as well. It was an interesting one. The wife couldn't even finish reading the tribute, yes, and Adebayo was also present. A lot of them. Adebayo, for me, was aware he was in Morocco, but had to come yesterday for the funeral and had to go back to that particular evening. A lot of footballers are leaving. They left yesterday evening, and some are going today as well. So that should tell you the love they have for their blood. Although they weren't through with the system, the season, everything was going on well for them in the season, but some had to just ask for permission and come to Ghana to witness the sad event that happened. A lot of sporting directors from the Porto, Lisbon, from Everton, and a lot of them were also present here. Yes, and mind you, Attaya Hayaspor had to send in a representatives to come over. Yes, although they also have a lot of funerals because a lot of players were lost, a lot of staff workers were lost. So they had to just prioritize the time. But it was a very sad. We had the president of the country was also there. The president of the Ghana Football Association was also present as well. Yes, and that was what happened yesterday. I was there myself, and it was very sad. And I think we had the opportunity to be streaming on our platform, so Papalore Radio will give you exclusive. So kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and all social media platforms. We'll be giving you good content and exclusive events that is happening. All right, so we're still in Ghana. We'll be talking quietly about the former GFA president, that is the Mr. Kwesi Nyantakyi, is on the news today. All right, so it's happened that across the week or during the week, yes, the Honorable Kennedy Japan issued with Anas came to bear. He had to win the case, but it's sad that you know what happened to the former GFA president. Had to come into the news and just rubbish and report that Anas is not even close to the devil. You know what he did to him. He was on the course of being the CAF president for Africa, but unfortunately the dreams had to be crushed up because of the number 12 expose that happened. Yes, and he's still in the shadow. There are still issues in court that they are still battling. So probably once we are still privy to those information, we'll be bringing you updates on that as well. So on your picture yesterday, he made some comments on radio stations, interviews, that Anas' situation is not close to even the devil, because what he did to him really affected his career and his dreams and aspiration of being an FA president. So those are the things we should be taking account. Yes, and it happened very sad as well. Yes, so Anas, Anas lost defamation suit against Honorable Kennedy Japan. So this, and you know what is affiliated here. So those were the comment from Mr. Kwesi Nyantakyi. All right. So during yesterday, a lot of people were asking why Kudjo Asamoah and Asamoah Gyan were not present in during Achu's funeral. Yes, but we had an info that they were also in Morocco with the CAF. They had an award ceremony and a decision making at CAF, so they had to go in with a person from a rep from the GFA. They had to go there and witness that event, but they came on later, even I think around 3, 4 in the evening. Yes. Yeah, they were. Asamoah Gyan had to even come to the funeral grounds to sing for our brother. So on your shirt, you could see the FIFA Congress that happened in Kigali. Yes, that's Rwanda. So in the shirt, you could see the GFA representative, Asamoah Gyan and Kudjo Asamoah were also present. They were the experts that were invited, and other GFA executives were also present. All right. So these were some of the things that happened during the week. Yes.
Stand up for the champions, stand up. Stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just like that, how it is, 'cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, stand up. Stand up for the champions, stand up for the champions, stand up. Stand up for the champions, stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. For the champion. Stand up. For the champions, stand up. Stand up.
Right, so welcome back. Yes, as I said earlier, we're going to give a lot of updates. We're still trying to get our brother Joseph Atamala away for the interview we promised. Yes, it's still possible, so we still contact with him, trying to get him on the show. All right, so still a lot is happening in the world of sports, especially. And yesterday there was a very sad incident that happened at Crystal Palace. Yes, Crystal Palace. Ghanaian brother Jordan Ayew, who is a player there. Yes, yesterday the only black player in the Premier League was given a sack letter by Crystal Palace in the person of Patrick Vieira, who has been doing fantastic well in the Premier League this particular season. Has gone 12 matches winless, so I think that was what caused for his sack. But he's the only black player to be in the Premier League who is also doing so well, advocating for black players and black coaches to be part of the league. Yes, so it was an sad incident that a lot of coaches had to come up and say a lot of things to encourage him. Yes, Vincent Kompany also had to come out and say that yes, this is a very good coach that they are getting away. Stand well with the side and with the budget they give him to just be really amassing the boys. And trust me, he's a fan of black players, so he has been giving a lot of players the opportunity to play for Crystal Palace. Yes, all right. So these are some of the news in England, but we'll be bringing you a lot of updates on England when we get to the English Premier League. All right. So back home, let's talk about the Ghana Premier League. Yes, the Ghana Premier League retained this very week. Yes, and it's going to be an interesting fixtures piled up. All right. So we'll be bringing you the fixtures for this particular week. Yes, and then we have these matches for the week. Yes, so the Ghana Premier League 2022-2023 season match day 22 on your screens. We have FC Samatex taking on Kumasi Asante Kotoko, which is going to be a very tight match. Mind you, the first leg ended 1-all in favor. Bullets draw. Yes, and this particular one is going to happen at FC Samatex. We're hoping that they are going to do justice to this particular fixture. And mind you, this particular week they had some news on them that they have the best hospitality service when it comes to football. Yes, and we'll bring you some shot from their dressing room in their stadium. Alright, so these are some of the fixtures that are going to happen this particular weekend. We have Tamale City versus Dreams FC, Accra to Folk versus Kotoko Royals, RTU versus Brooklyn Chelsea, Mediama versus Great Olympics, Chim United versus Kerala United, and Stratman FC versus Accra Lions. Yes, Accra Lions doing very well in the league this particular season. And King Faisal versus Gold Stars, beginning Gold Stars. Yes, that is going to be a tough match. Abednego Tete going back to the former club, that is King Faisal, to meet them. We are expecting something wonderful from the Ghana Ibrahimovic, so we'll be having a quick discussion about that as well. And Legon City versus Adriana FC, the league leaders. Yes, Adriana FC is now the leading league leaders on the Ghana Premier League. Alright, so bringing you the table shortly to review on it. Alright, so on the league table, you see Adriana Stars after match day 21, they are leading the league log with 39 points. Accra Lions, the new boys, are doing so well this particular season with the coach Ibrahim Tanku. Yes, after 21 match, they are 37 on 37 points. And the second of the league log, the Chim United, same 33 points on third position. Accra to Folk, fourth position on with 31 points, and the Chim Asante Kotoko, yes, on fifth position with 31 points. The Beginning Gold Stars 31 points on the sixth position. Seventh position goes to Mediama 31 points, and the Chelsea 31 points as well. That is fascinating. From 5th to 8th, they all have 31 points. So this particular week is going to bring a lot of the huge task for them, yes, for all the clubs that are fighting for promotion and fighting for the top 4 spots. Yes, all right. So this is some of the league, the table on your screens, and from the bottom half of the table, we have the Blue Royals lying last on the league log. Tamale City 17, Legon City 16. So these are some of the things you should pay attention to going into this particular match. Yes, and my investors, watch the table before you take any decision today. Alright, so we have quite interesting match coming up in the league table as well. And we have some statistics from the Ghana League. Yes, the Bet Power Ghana Premier League. Yes, after the match 21, these are some of the interesting facts that we have on our screen. We have so far so good. We've played 188 matches, yes, and 106 home wins. That is remarkable achievement for the home clubs, yes, and 32 away wins and 50 draws, yes, 365 goals scored, yes, after match day 21, yes. We have some yellow cards, red cards. So far, red cards 25 red cards. That is happening. 8 on goals, 52 penalty awarded. Penalty scored is 40 goal. 12 penalty missed, yes, and one outstanding match. Yes, so far they have one outstanding match that will be playing probably midweek. All right, so still on the Ghana Premier League, yes, the top scorers of the Ghana Premier League will be on your screen shortly. We have the top scorers for Ghana Premier League after match day 21. We have Mazek Afriye of from Chelsea doing so well this season, 10 goals, and yes, Hafiz Pukoni, very exceptional player between United, who is I think was recently called to the satellite, doing so well with 9.9 goals. Sorry, Abbas, yes, Accra Lions, who was the player of the month the last particular month, yes, it's also on the top scorers with 9 goals. Abednego Tete, who moved from Akin Faisal to BBN Gold Stars, 8 goals on the. I think it's also 8 goals. That is so interesting. And the new Kotoko signing, Steve Mukwala, yes, Mukwala from Angola. I think he was even called for the national team. Yes, this particular tournament coming up, the African qualifiers coming up. Yes, he also 8 on the log. Yes, so 8 goals. Yes, and on the log. Yes, I think they are doing so well. These are the top scorers for this particular season so far. So good on after match day 21. All right, so we have to go to the goalkeepers as well. It's once we're talking about that attackers, we should have to be talking about the goalkeepers as well. So on your screen we have Lawrence Ansa, yes, from FC Samatex with 10 clean sheets. Yes, with 10 clean sheets. Joseph Edu of the Diana Stars, who might even win the best goalkeeper of the season, doing so well with 10 clean sheets. Felix Chire, yes, who is also 9, yes, and Obeng Sechere, also 9 clean sheets, yes, and Richmond Ayi of Atofo 8 clean sheets, yes. So on your screens, these are the clean sheet for the goalkeepers in their various clubs, yes. So still in Ghana, mind you, next week we are starting the African Cup of Nations qualifiers that is going to happen in Kumasi. We are taking on Angolas, yes, the Angolans, and it's going to be an interesting. It's a double-header match, and the match, the prices for the match is out from the Ghana Football Association, and it will be happening this particular weekend. Next weekend, yes, and it's happening in Kumasi. So take note, and on your screens you can just be paying attention to these little details when you are in Accra or anywhere in the country and you are traveling to Kumasi for the match. All right, so still on those particular fixtures, we have a lot for the Ghana Football Association. Yes, on the Ghana Football Association we have our double the Monday. Yes, it starts from Monday. Chris Wilson will be unveiling. Yes, the unveiling will happen on the 20th, that is Monday, to the general public. Yes, and from there we have the Angola match. Yes, that's the weekend. Yes, and we'll travel back to Angola. It's a double-header affair. Yes, and the U23, yes, African Cup of Nations for the Olympics, yes, will be also happening. Ghana will be taking Algeria in that particular fixtures. Angola again, then we'll travel to Angola for the second encounter, and Ghana versus Algeria again, yes, for the CHAN qualification. So on your screen, these are some of the event that is going to happen. Yes, and we are crossing carpet to Europe. Yes, a lot of people are sending in their tribute, their comments. So keep on sharing, liking, and just sending in your birthday comments. If you want us to give you a birthday shout out, kindly do that as well. Yes, all right. So still in Europe, we'll be crossing carpet to Europe. Yes, in Europe there are sad news happening in the camp of Dani Alves. Yeah, Dani Alves was charged. Yes, still issues in court, but still on remand now. Yes, in the prisons. Yeah. And there are rumors that the wife has actually filed for a divorce, and it came as a surprise to the player. To the ex-Barcelona player, and it's unfortunate that the wife is actually divorcing him since he got issues. Yeah, it's really surprised though, because this wife has been taking decisions for him, particular involving his playing career. Because I remember Manchester City wanted this player in their camp, but the wife decided that they should go to Paris because the the country is beautiful. Yes, the city is beautiful, so they had to go to PSG. So that should tell you the involvement of his wife in his career and decision making. Yes, so he was charged of allegedly rape and sexual assault, and was charged to be in prison. Yes, and the wife, in your short, has filed for divorce. That is an interesting one and a sad one that came on. Yes, so still in Europe, it's a very sad incident happening to Dani Alves. Yes, all right. So Dani Alves is a sad incident there, so we should just pay attention to that. And on, I think during the week there were a lot of matches that happened. Yes, if it started from Tuesday to Thursday, yes, a lot of Champions League and Europa League matches that came across, and we'll be giving you update on all the matches and the draws that happened within the course of the week. All right, so on your screen you can see the round 16 of the Europa League matches. Yes, it was an interesting one because I had personal decisions to make on this particular fixtures, and on the screen you can see Fenerbahce and Sevilla. Sevilla had to win that particular encounter due to goal aggregate. Yes, and that was an interesting one because at home it was a 2-0, yes, against Fenerbahce. Yes, and Sevilla had to travel to Turkey, and they lost 1-0. All right, so Freiburg versus Juventus, who ended 2-0 in favor of Juventus. They qualified to the last 8 group as well. And Real Betis versus Manchester United, Marcus Rashford had to do wonders again and score a wonderful goal, yes, to propel them to qualify for the next round. Yes, so Feyenoord and Shakhtar Donetsk, yes, to end the 7-1. That's this particular season, the 7 goals is doing wonders in various leagues. All right, so Union Berlin had to do, that was one particular match that was very interesting because the first match ended in 3-3, but they traveled, yeah, to Belgium and they lost to Union CG, yes, 2-0. So they had to be eliminated, and Union CG qualified to the next round. Leverkusen, then Ferencváros was also was a very interesting tie, but by Leverkusen doing so well in the Bundesliga and the Europa League. Yeah, they won the game 2-0, so they qualified today. And the most interesting and the shocking one of all the group and all the matches was Arsenal versus Sporting Lisbon. Yes, the game ended in a 1-1, and they had to take the game to penalties, and Sporting Lisbon had to beat Arsenal to qualify for the next round. All right, so Real Sociedad versus AS Roma. Mourinho did so well this particular fixtures because, mind you, they had a lot of opportunities in this particular match, but they went with a strategy and they delivered, so they qualified for the for the next round. And Mourinho is still in the news, giving some shot to Juventus and a lot of clubs who cannot compete in the Champions League, and they had to be sent back to the Europa. It was in the sense that if others are going to come from the Champions League to win the Europa, then there's no need for everyone to play that particular. No one should play Europa because it's not cool, because you don't have to go try the Champions League. Didn't work, then you have to come to Europa. Yeah, so it's short there as well. Yes, so still on the European front, we're doing Champions League action that happened last weekend. So on your shot, you'll be having it was 7-1 in goal aggregate against Benfica versus Club Brugge. Yes, it was an interesting one because we have our Ghanaian brothers there, and unfortunately they lost that match. So it's an interesting one that we should be taking note of. And Chelsea did so well to qualify for this particular fixture and qualify for the quarterfinal. So Chelsea, in both aggregate, they won 2-1 against Borussia Dortmund. And Bayern Munich, that is an interesting one, met the title almost winners. Yes, they are, because they look favorites in that particular fixture. So they won 3-0 in favor of Bayern. They beat PSG with the like of Lionel Messi, and Sadio Mane also back on our screens as well, doing so well with the club. All right, so Tottenham was beat, and AC Milan. It was an interesting one because the first game decided everything for them. All right, so it's quite an interesting one that we should be keeping note of. All right, so Manchester City and um, um, Leipzig, RB Leipzig was very very interest that Haaland had to score 5 goals in that match and it ended 8-1. Yes, so those are some of the events that proceed, and it's an interesting one that we should be keeping note and taking a very note of. Yes, so yesterday there was some draw that happened in the Champions League. Yes, it's a very interesting one. So we'll be bringing you all the updates on that after this break.
Number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. To be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my
Right, so
destiny.
it's still very
I have
interesting
waited
here, and it's still
patiently.
on the European front, and we have the Champions League coming pretty shortly. It was an interesting picture that happened yesterday. This particular year's Champions League is happening at Istanbul, Turkey. Yes, people are questioning that decision because a lot of earthquakes are happening right there, and they have some decisions and answers they are demanding from the executive who took this particular decision. Yes, so yesterday there was an interesting draw for the Champions League that happened in Istanbul. All right, so on our screen we see watching the seeds and what happened in that particular decisions. All right, so Real Madrid will be taking on Chelsea in a double head affair, and it's an interesting one. For 3 consecutive times, Chelsea have met Real Madrid in the Champions League, and it hasn't been an easy ride for Real Madrid. But people say Chelsea. The moment Chelsea is not on form, that is when they perform. So we'll be hoping for a miracle to happen. Yes, and mind you, the first leg will be happening in the Santiago Bernabeu. So we should take note of this. Yes, Chelsea will be traveling to Spain for the first encounter. Benfica versus Inter Milan. All right, so that is going to be the should I say the underdog of this particular fixtures. Yes, all right. So we have the most anticipated one in the league against Bayern and Manchester City, my darling club. Yes, so we'll be traveling. Bayern will be coming to the Etihad for the first encounter. It's going to be an interesting one because right from this particular match, the winner is supposed to meet either Chelsea or Madrid. Yes, the winner of that fixtures will meet that as well. And AC Milan, it's going to be an Italian derby. Yes, so AC Milan taking on Napoli. Yes, this particular season, Napoli beat AC Milan. So going into a Champions League fixture, I think it's going to be an easy ride for Inter Milan. But mind you, AC Milan has some good players in their disposal. Ibrahimovic is also back in that setup and also being called for the Sweden national team. So they still have their giants there. So Napoli is not going to be an easy ride for Napoli. And that particular fixture, the winner of that fixture will meet Benfica and Inter Milan in the one of that fixture as well. So it's already planned activities out there. All right, so still on the European Champions League, we'll be traveling to the Europa Cup. All right, so with the Europa Cup, there was an interesting fixtures and a draw that happened. All right, so Manchester United will be taking on Sevilla. So this particular, shall I say, from Manchester United has been meeting the Spanish opponent and be beating them. Started from Barcelona to Real Betis, and now they're going to take on Sevilla. All right, so that is going to be the match of that particular fixture. All right, so of that draw, so we have Juventus in their shot with Sporting Lisbon. So Arsenal would have been meeting Juventus, but unfortunately they lost against Sporting Lisbon. So it's going to be Juventus versus Sporting Lisbon, and Bayer Leverkusen versus Union SG. Yes, so they will be in Belgium. They will be taking on Bayer Leverkusen. Feyenoord and AS Roma, the Mourinho side, is going to take on Feyenoord. Feyenoord have some great form in this particular Europa. So mind you, we are going to experience a very good game. All right. So these are some of the shots and the draw in your fixtures. All right. So Europa League this particular season will be happening in Budapest. That's Hungary capital. Yeah. So that is where it's going to happen, and we'll be bringing you live updates on Papa Law Radio. Please and please and please again, kindly share our content, like and follow us on all social media platforms, and you can check us on www.papalaw.radio. Yes, Papalaw Media. All right. So, and you can search us on all online radio platforms. Yes, them Soundbox, Modern Ghana, anywhere at all, you will still listen to Papalaw Radio. All right. So, in today's fixture is going to be an interesting one because Manchester City will be taking on Burnley, and the most interesting thing about this particular match is it's because a former Manchester City legend will be traveling home today. That is in the person of Vincent Kompany. Yes, Vincent Kompany was the former captain for Manchester City and will be taking over. He started his coaching career with Anderlecht and now with Burnley. So they will be taking on with Manchester City this particular day today. Yes, so it's going to be an interesting one that we'll be anticipating and be looking for a very good game. Yes, how the return of Kompany to Etihad will feel like. All right, so that is the for the FA Cup. Yes, the English FA Cup, the oldest football cup known in the world. Yes, sporting discipline. All right, so that is the oldest cup in the world. Yes, so they will be taking on Manchester City on that particular match. All right, so and aside that, we have a lot of interesting English Premier League features coming up shortly. All right, so today is still on English Premier League. Yes, Aston Villa will be taking on Bournemouth. That will be an interesting fixture because both of them are still struggling and trying to survive relegation. All right, so Brentford and Leicester City. Leicester City, this particular season has been performing very poor. Yes, and there are rumors that they will be sacking their coach Brendan Rodgers, but still, we are yet to witness that. All right, so Southampton will be taking on Tottenham. Tottenham Hotspur are still up and grounding since their coach is now back on the target. It's going to face Southampton, and Wolverhampton also will be taking on Leeds United. Mind you, Leeds need some points to survive relegation. It's been 2 consecutive years they've been surviving relegation. They'll be taking on Wolverhampton, and Chelsea will be taking Everton. That is the match of the day. So Chelsea versus Everton will be an interesting one. Liverpool take on Fulham, but that particular match has been postponed. Yes, all right, so I'll be bringing you the details and rearrangement of that match as well. All right, we travel to Germany and bring you updates from the German Bundesliga. All right, so with the Bundesliga, Augsburg will be taking on Schalke 04, and Hoffenheim will be taking on Hertha Berlin, as well as Stuttgart will be taking on Wolves. Yes, and it's going to be an interesting fixture because of their position on the league log. And Bochum will be taking on RB Leipzig, and Dortmund and Köln will be having horns. Yes, tomorrow Bayern will be taking on their opponent as well. All right, so go quick to Italian Serie A. Yes, we'll be giving you updates from there, and it's going to be an interesting one because Monza will be taking on Cremonese. Yeah, that is Afenejan's club. They will be having horns, and Salamartin and Bologna will be taking Udinese, and AC Milan will be also be rocking shoulders. So all right, so bringing you decision and updates on that match. And mind you, on Papalo Radio, we'll be giving you correct predictions that the investors can look on. Yes, all right, so we'll be bringing you 3 good predictions for you to take note of that. And yes, you position yourself. All right, so we'll be right back after this break.
And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. 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 Stand up. I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. 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 Stand up. Number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions.
Alright, so we're back again.
Stand up,
It's gonna be an interesting
stand up
still trying to
for the champions. Stand up.
I think it's a bit in traffic. Our time is far, so we're still making this session.
And when I fall
This
down,
is Papalo Radio.
I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I
Still think
down,
invest.
I have to
Invest
pick
wisely.
myself back.
Alright, so we're bringing you, and mind you, we're posting our predictions on our social media platform. Today's matches are so interesting that we'll be bringing you a very interesting one. So if you're an investor out there, yes, try and make decisions and try and invest wisely. Very important. Yes. Alright, so today's matches will be bringing you a very interesting one. Yes, from the Mbappe and Valencia. That is the match of the day. Yes, for a lot of predictions. So that match is going to be over 2.5. Yes, after all our predictions, we posting that on our social media platform. So kindly pay attention to our social media platform. Alright, so that Africa, right? So it's going to be 5 for this Madrid, and also Manchester City taking on Burnley. It's a straight handicap for Manchester City. Yes, so pay attention to this particular one. All right, so those are some of the things that we are going to be giving you. And Chelsea Everton is going to be a very interesting picture. Mind you, Chelsea needs some point to go up on the league log, and Everton also battling relegation, so it's going to be a very tough one. But mind you, Chelsea have been doing very well for the past 3 matches, so that should be a straight move for Chelsea. All right, so these are 3 sure fixtures we are giving you, sure odds we are giving you, and please and bet carefully. All right, so if you are below the ages of 18, don't go into that game. All right, so pay attention to this, and we'll be probably ending our day here because we'll be giving you. We apologize for our viewers and our listeners for not doing the interview as promised, but we have a little delay in technicalities and also traffic delay. So kindly bear with us. We'll bring you a very interesting packed update show on our show for the next week going. Alright, so we end it here. It's your host Eric Mens with my producer Mr. Brad Jude. Yes, I should add all the accolades for him. He's doing so well for Papa Law Radio. And a big one to our man, our CEO, Papa Lawrence. Yes, Papa Lawrence. Yes, Papa Lawrence Success. Yes, that is our CEO. So you're also doing so well. And wherever you are, we say good morning. And I'm your host, Eric Mens. We'll be signing out shortly.
Champions,